Okay, so here agribusiness is said to be an open system. So, sabi dito, agribusiness on an open system is composed of 5 subsystems, namely input, production, processing, marketing, and support subsystems. So, when we say open system, basically it's a contrast of the closed system. Pag sinasabi natin closed system naman, is that it means that it is operating by itself. Ibig sabihin, walang interaction with the outside world. Pero syempre, it rarely exists in reality kasi most of the systems is open, diba? So, an open system constantly interacts with its environment. Ibig sabihin, yung agribusiness, it interacts with other aspects in the environment. So, it, like for example, yung mga inputs, mga technology, services, ayan. So, and also, when we say open system, kailangan nagre-respond. Ibig sabihin nito, nagre-respond yung agribusiness sa mga external forces or yung mga forces like yung mga consumer taste, mga policies, climate change. So, yung agribusiness, ibig sabihin lang nito is that it is constantly affected by things like yung weather, global trade, and yung mga pagbabago sa food trends. Ayan. So, it says here that we have the 5 subsystems. What are this? So, first one, we have the input subsystem. So, when we say input subsystem, sabi dito, these are firms that provide the farm production sector with inputs needed for operation, including human resources. Ibig sabihin, itong sector na to, it enables modern farming. So, kapag wala ito, so, yung farming natin, mai-stuck siya sa past. So, ano ba ang iba't ibang components ng input sector? Input, subsystem. So, ito yung mga gumagawa or nagpaparent, let's say, ng mga tractors, ng irrigation pumps, ano pa ba? Mga drones, GPS, ayan. So, yun yung mga karaniwang components ng input subsystem. Meron din yung mga gumagawa ng, or nagbebenta, firms na gumagawa ng mga pesticides, fertilizers, mga chemicals, mga seeds, ayan. Kasali din sila sa input subsystem. And syempre, kasama din dyan yung mga nagpro-provide ng financial. Kasi diba, hindi naman lahat ng farmers natin can afford itong operations in the farm. So financial is also a part of their input. Kailangan din nila ng pera. So, pwede silang mag-loan, maghiram sa mga private lenders or even sa mga bangko. Ayan. So, kasama yun sa input subsystem. We also have here the farm production subsystem. So, ito naman ay individuals and enterprises directly engaged in agricultural-based products. Ibig sabihin, ito yung, nandito yung mga gumagawa or nagproproduce ng mga, let's say, agricultural products. Like, of course, the farmers, the fishermen, ano pa ba? The farmers, ayan. So, basically, isa na yan. It's all about producing the agricultural products. So, ito yung, kumbaga, ito yung heart of the agribusiness. Ito yung heart. Okay. Now, syempre, in the farm production subsystem, hindi lang to about labor, hindi lang to about sa pagtatrabaho. Sa farm production, kailangan mag-manage sila dyan ng mga risk. Kasi syempre, in the farm, pwedeng may mga, let's say, pag may bagyo, how are they going to manage the farm? Pag may peste, pag may diseases, pag pabago-bago yung presyo ng baboy, pabago-bago yung presyo ng vegetables, or ng mga fruits, how are they going to manage that? So, yun yung role ng agribusiness. Okay, so syempre, also in the farm production subsystem, they are also going to manage itong mga resources natin such as yung land, water, and labor. Ayan. And then we also have here processing subsystem. So sa processing subsystem naman, syempre, as defined here, these are firms engaged in the primary and final transformation of the input to output. So ito naman yung heart of value addition. So, nagdadagdag na tayo ng value dun sa raw agricultural product natin. So, nandito yung initial change sa ating raw product. And also, nandito din yung final transformation. So, syempre, iba't ibang products, it takes different processing operations for them to be transformed into a different or a final product. Ayan. Basically, ano bang ginagawa dito? Ano bang purpose ng mga nasa processing subsystem? Ang gusto nila, ma-extend yung shelf life ng pagkain, di ba? Or gumawa ng mga safe na foods. And of course, para din makasabay or let's say maka-cope dun sa demand ng mga tao. So, yun yung goal of the processing subsystem. Dahil nga, in agriculture, ang mga goods natin ay, they are easily perishable or perishable sila. Madali silang masira. So, through processing, through those firms na nandito sa processing system, na-extend nila yung shelf life ng mga produkto natin. Ayan. And then, we also have the marketing subsystem. Ano naman yung sa marketing subsystem? Individuals and firms involved in the distribution of agriculture-based products. So, marketers usually have direct links with the end user. So, ito naman ang marketing naman in agribusiness is, it involves hindi lang yung pag-advertise kasi 'di ba usually ang mga students when they hear the word marketing feeling nila ito yung pag-a-advertise ng mga produkto. So yung marketing, it covers every action na kailangan natin para makuha natin yung right na product at the right place and at the right time and for the right price. So, ibig sabihin, ang marketing, meron tong 4 P's na tinatawag. Meron product, price, place, ano pa ba? Promotion. So, yun yung marketing. Hindi lang siya nakafocus sa promotion, but also on identifying the right product, giving the right price, and kung saan ba yung right place for it to be sold. Ayan. So, those are the 4 P's na tinatawag. And then we also have here the support subsystem. So ang support subsystem naman medyo less visible to sa mga farmers. Medyo hindi to nakikita ng mga farmers, but itong structure na to is hinuhold niya yung supply chain from collapsing. So ito yung nag-hold, nagsusuporta dun sa agribusiness chain natin. Ayan. So, sabi dito, these are organizations and institutions and other entities directly and indirectly affecting the agribusiness system through provision of services, logistics, and coordination of systems from technology, information, programs, and incentives to systems. So, in short, that yung support subsystem, nagpo-provide siya ng services, ng data, ng capital, na kailangan nung 4 na subsystem, yung naunang mga subsystem, para maka-function siya effectively. And, syempre, ma-minimize natin yung risk. Now, ayan. Now, sabi dito, the next slide says, what about agribusiness as a field of study? Ano naman siya? So, basically, as a field of study, agribusiness is founded on management. Ayan. So, ang pinaka foundation ng agribusiness is management. Ibig sabihin, in the you will be future agribusiness managers if you will take this course seriously. Ayan. And then syempre, management is integrative field of study that draws concepts from different disciplines like economics, psychology, sociology, statistics, mathematics, pol-sci, and engineering. Ayan. So, napaka-encompassing ng management. Kaya nga meron tayong, ang next topic nyo is economics because ito din yung foundation ng, foundation ng agribusiness. May konting psychology kasi syempre aaralin nyo how the consumers make decision, how the farmers make decisions. May sociology kasi the interaction of the buyers and the sellers. May statistics, may mathematics syempre. So business is math dahil maraming involved na mga financial stuff dito sa agribusiness. Pero don't be discouraged by that kasi simple math lang naman meron sa agribusiness. Syempre, political science. We are also concerned sa mga regulations, sa mga nangyayari sa gobyerno because it affects businesses and also engineering. So, management is also engineering. It also integrates the relevant aspects of agricultural disciplines such as horticulture, agronomy, and aquaculture, and forest science. So, ayan yung mga, ito yung syempre prerequisite to sa atin. So, ibig sabihin, meron kayong mga subjects that will cover these topics.